Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Generic Commander, the Commander show where we get together and we play Commander, like, so many other folks on this platform. But you know what? We're a couple of funny dudes, and we're going to have a good time, doggone it, because there's nothing funnier and more just endearing than someone telling you how funny and endearing they are. So, one thing we are doing on this channel is we've decided that every so often we're going to do a monocolor week because it's fun. We did mono white not too long ago, and Drannith Magistrate was totally a thing. One could say it was a game changer in that particular match. And today we are doing mono green because we all know how much we all adore mono green. And yeah, it's going to be delightful. I'm very much looking forward to it. So let's go around the horn and meet all of these lovely gentlemen and see what they're doing. So starting off with Jarvis. Jarvis, what green concoction do you have today?
So this is also known as mono green, Jarvis's worst nightmare.
Yeah, buddy.
So this is my mono green deck. I've had it together for a while. It's where all my mono green rares go to die, because I don't play green decks. So all my green rares, they all go into one deck. It's helmed by Galta. OG Galta, not the new one. And my goal is to go cheat Galta out, not swing with her, but sacrifice her to greater good or momentous fall, or the other ways that you sacrifice creatures to draw cards, and draw lots of cards, and potentially eventually win with some trample enablers. I do have 8 new upgrades to this deck. One of them, Ovia from Aether Drift, to incentivize all of you to attack someone not named me, because all of your stuff will get trample.
That is pretty cool.
And then I also opened Pathbreaker Ibex, so the special guest.
Nice.
So you kind of have to.
So you kind of have to, yeah.
Nice. But I love how you see a gigantic creature and you don't see a lot of combat damage. You see a lot of cards I can draw.
Yes.
I respect that. Yeah.
So Jolly.
Nice. Yeah. Jolly, what up?
Hello, it's me, Jolly St. Clicolis. We're doing Ovia Pashiri, the Sage Life Crafter. I had to put together, I didn't have to, it was arbitrary, but I did the Commander 32 challenge where you build a deck of every, color and color combination and whatever. And I was like, how would I build mono green? So I had to do it. And I've had this deck for a long time. And the thing that makes this a deck of mine will be very obvious very quickly. As soon as, we probably get into, turn 2. That seems like a pretty good...
Milturn?
Summation. Do what now? I don't know.
I said Milturn.
Oh.
Yeah, how we milling? Yeah.
So, it'll be pretty... Y'all are going to know the kind of stuff I'm trying to do real quick. I don't think I'm going to catch anybody off guard, and I don't think it's going to matter, but I am going to attempt to do the things I like in a color that won't normally do them. And I am done talking about it. Russ, what happened?
Hey, well, I got me some Freyr-Elise Land of War's Fury. That's right, it's a Planeswalker that can be your commander. The whole idea is to make elves. Lots and lots and lots of elves. Maybe add some things like Craterhoof Behemoth, Parallel Lives, fun stuff. Just fun.
The classic. The hits. Yeah.
The hits, like all of the
actual
mono
green
hits. Yeah, actual mono green, like
one of us is actually playing green. All right.
Yeah.
It's
gonna be fun.
I'm playing green. I'm only playing 1 mana rock.
Fair enough.
I don't believe green should play mana rocks.
I mean, you don't need to. Yeah.
It's just
Cheat
more
the way
Rock
that
on.
was intended.
Very cool. Russ, anything else or
No, that's it for me.
Sweet, dude. Love it. And I also find it really funny that, if our read on Jolly is correct, that he's run mill and we have Jarvis playing like a card draw thing, and I'm playing Storm. I'm playing mono green Storm with Eve Progenitor Ooze. So this is the mono green show, but it's kind of the mono blue show, I guess. Yeah, we're all doing that. So Eve Progenitor Ooze, if you're not familiar, is a 2/2 with Storm for 5, and the Storm copies enter as tokens, and if it is a token, it's not legendary, so that's handy. And so Eve enters the battlefield with a 1/1 counter on it for each other ooze you control. So I'm going to make a ton of ooze copies if I'm successful. So you may be wondering, how in the heck do you play freaking storm in green. I've got some ways and some tricks up my sleeve for how to do that. Hopefully, some of which are a lot of free spells, because there are a number of those that have existed over the course of the game, and I also have a crap ton of mana dorks and ways to untap them. So hopefully, I'll be able to twiddle my way into a huge storm and then just drop a couple of oozes. And I really hope that'll be enough to win this thing. We'll find out. So
you're
yeah,
saying you're going to be untapping a lot of your permanents?
I don't know what you're talking about. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Do you know?
That
Do you guys
sounds
know?
good to me.
Do you guys have any idea? I don't know what's a mesmeric orb. I've never heard of this thing. So we'll call it what it is. Yeah. Did you guys know that there are like 15 or 16 different combat tricks that untap a creature? It's crazy. Who knew? All right. So with that, let's go ahead and yeah, they're all green. It's wild. Go ahead and well, at least anyway, there are a lot that this deck can use. So let's go ahead and get started, gentlemen. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw my card for turn, and I'm gonna lead things off properly with a forest and an Ice Age Findhorn Elves.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's freaking go. And I shall pass that shiz.
Draw.
Oh, you can
Forest,
play that ability
pass.
as an interrupt. That's awesome. Untap, upkeep,
Right?
draw. Oh, dang.
Fucking you.
Who? What? You hate who?
You're like.
What did I do?
Because of the comment you made about playing as an interrupt.
It's true. It says it right there.
It's on the card. You can use it as an interrupt.
You know what? We'll see if Ham wants to do it. We're gonna play this is a generic commander staple at this point. Veteran Explorer, baby. Whenever it dies, everybody can go grab 2 basics. Go
Freaking
ahead.
love that little dude. Love that guy.
All right.
Oh,
Ooh.
Gonna draw.
you mispronounced yay.
So this will not be abundantly clear why
Okay.
this was included in this deck, but just
Ooh.
keep in mind that it has a place. Yavamayak.
I'm on the
Great
edge of
Lord
my seat
Gross.
here, which-
Everybody gets forests.
Oh.
The
Yeah,
forests
I'm
are
not
now
sure. I'm
forests.
not sure why you
let's
put
go.
that in there. I'm confused.
I don't hate this.
No, see, that's where we get like I have other things that lands.
Yeah, if you have non-forests,
Exactly.
making sure to lock them. Yeah, I got you.
So
Exactly.
you guys, you talked about generic commander staples. I purposely left this out of my deck, even though it is the gay pride secret lair.
The Heartbeat of
Oh,
Spring.
that's a good one.
Nobody has
Heartbeat of Spring.
played that in here yet, I don't think.
I
Veteran
believe
Explorers,
you.
I think this is like the 6th time it's been cast.
And then I'm gonna pass the turn.
All right. Yeah, I run Veteran Explorer and everything. I freaking love that card.
Swing in, let's go.
Dude, I'm not trading a Findhorn Hills for it. That would unramp me. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna play a forest. I'm then gonna pay 2 and 3. Thank you, Findhorn Elves, for doing what you do for Sutina, Speaker of the Tajiru. It is a 2/2 for 3. And when it enters, I search my library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. And then whenever Sutina attacks, I may return a land I control to its owner's hand. If I do, I put a +1/+1 counter on target creature I control. So that is going to be that forest, and that is my turn. But I have a 2/2. If you want to attack that Veteran Explorer into me, you're welcome to.
I'm going to do it.
I will play a forest.
Nice.
And by that, I mean I won't block.
Oh, come on.
Gala Greeters.
Whoa, how big is it?
Hey.
It is a 1/1 that whenever another creature I control enters the battlefield, I can either put a +1/+1 counter on it, create a tap treasure, or gain 2 life. I can do each of those modes only once per turn.
Very cool.
And I will pass the turn. And no, I am not blocking.
I
I-
actually would block. I was just being a smartass.
Don't,
Yeah, I know. I'm
don't,
coming in.
don't ramp him. Make him
I'm
wait
blocking.
another
I'm
turn.
blocking the crap out of this. Let's go.
Yeah,
Give him another
everybody
turn.
go get 2 basics. Everybody
Okay.
goes get 2 basics.
And
Because
the
this
answer
is gonna-
untapped, by the way.
So, because this is going to be the what I'm playing next turn anyway, I want to show you the reason why I wanted you to wait.
Oh, I know you want me to wait anyway. No, F that noise.
I had a reason.
That's a damn good reason. Yeah.
Just give me a reason, just a little bit enough, just a second. We're not broken. Just
All right,
wait.
let's freaking jump start this
Let's
game,
go.
baby. Let's get to it. Ooh, it's a fancy force you got there, Jarvis.
Oh yeah, I stole it from my finish line bundle.
Very nice.
You stole
I
it
don't
from the thing
run-
you owned?
Yeah, what? Yeah, you stole it
What?
from yourself. What? I'm confused.
Alrighty, so we're
Wait,
gonna go
Jarvis
ahead and we're
owns a
gonna
finish
cast.
line. Let's get back to that.
The finish
Do
line
what?
bundle.
I thought you owned an actual finish line. That's more exciting.
Like the gas station?
No, like the
The shoe store.
shoe store.
Oh. Anyway.
I used to
Avaya
buy-
Was
Bashiri,
a marathon
I can-
ending at your home? How did we? Yeah. What's?
Please just let me. Please. Avaya Bashiri. I can pay 2 and a green and tap it to make a 1/1 servo. I pay 4 and a green and tap it to make a XX construct where X is the number of creatures I control. There we go. I just had to say it once because it's not going to matter, right? But for the viewers at home.
Yeah, I'm gonna play a Mosswort Bridge. Tapped. It has Hideaway 4.
Ooh.
So,
Dude, I love
one,
like old school Lorwyn Hideaway.
three,
Oh,
4.
so good.
So well.
No.
Who's the English major here, Jolly?
I don't know the answer to that question. Is it any of us? Because I don't think it's any of us, is it?
It's Sam.
That's me.
Are you an
Yep.
English major?
Yep. I have my BS and BS. Yep.
Well, then you should fucking know this. It's well.
I'm gonna go ahead and
No, if it's a statement of quality, it's good. Yeah.
It's not what I learned.
1, 2,
Oh.
3. Play a Eladamiri Court of Akal.
Ooh.
I may look at the top card of my library at any time. I may cast creature spells from the top of my library, and for 1 and a tap it, I may tap 2 untapped creatures. Reveal a card from my hand or the top card of my library. If I reveal a creature card this way, put it into the battlefield.
Nice.
Only doing my turn. And then I pass.
Russ, it sounds like you went to Saffron Olive School of Pronunciation.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it.
It's
Eladamri.
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 Aladamries. Anyway, sorry, I'm just being an asshole now. All right, so
Eladamri.
this is the start of my 3rd turn, and I have access to 7 mana.
I'm like,
You're welcome.
he's nuts.
Eladamri's nuts. Yeah. Now
I'm
we're
not even mad
playing
at that. This is-
Magic.
This
Yeah.
is delightful. All right. God damn.
Deal damage to someone. Make a mill.
I mean, I think I might. I think that'd be fun. Ovia is like a 1/2.
Oh, she's Itsky Bitsky. She's furry, frightened, and freaking sickly. Let's run the jewels for anyone who cares.
I care. That's lovely. All right,
Yeah, good.
let's go. All right. So I'm gonna go to the combats,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna go ahead and send Sutina at Jolly, and I'm gonna send my
Yeah.
Finhorn elves at Jarvis. I'm gonna offer the
Uh,
trade.
I am not going to block.
I kind of assumed.
Yeah.
How big is
And
Sutina?
Jolly, I got a 2/2. I do have a trigger on the attack. I will not pick up a land.
Mm.
It's just 2/2.
I take 2.
Huzzah! So Jarvis, you have to mill one, right?
Oh, Case of
Craig's
Locked
down.
Hot House.
Let's go. We're hot in
That
this
makes
house.
me
And then
sad.
post combat, I'm gonna pay for a Sky Shroud Poacher,
Ooh.
which is a 2/2 for 4, and I can pay 3 taps, search my library for an elf card, put that card into play, and then shuffle. Which I'm not gonna lie, I've been tutoring like crazy, and that will continue. I'm gonna play an emergent sequence. I get to search my library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. It becomes a 0/0 green and blue fractal creature that's still land, and I put a counter on it for each land that has entered the battlefield under my control this turn, which so far has just been my one drop. But yeah. So that's going to be a
Fun.
forest that comes in with 2 counters, one for the
Nice.
previous land and one for itself, and it is a fractal. And I'm going to write up a little tag for that, and that will be my turn. So
Nope.
I shall pass as I shuffle.
Tippity tap. And draw. That's a card. For 3 manas, Mossborn Hydra. When it enters with a +1/+1 counter on it.
Nice.
Seems D's. Yeah.
I'm going to use this one. Why not? And
Why
it
so?
has landfall. Whenever a land you control enters the battlefield, you double the number of counters on this creature.
Pretty good.
It's just silly.
I want to play a land. Oh, wait a minute. I have a second trigger, Gala Greeters. I want to choose the option to make a tap treasure.
Nice.
So land, I will double the number of counters on my Mossborn Hydra. I will then cast a Rampant Growth
Classic.
and search for a basic land. I don't know what basic I'm going to get. Oh, it's this forest right there. That'll
Who's an
double the
onslaught
number.
forest?
Oh
Was
no,
marked by Greg Staples, or is that John Avon?
it's John Avon.
Oh, of course it is. Yeah.
The Dominaria Remastered. Or Ravnica Remastered, whatever that one is. I don't remember. Set symbols. So, yeah, it's already a 4/4.
Ooh.
That's why I didn't want Ham to go and kill your guy. Because I wanted it to die on my turn. Or on this turn. To go and supercharge my Mossborn Hydra.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
I don't think there's any good attacks, so I will pass the turn.
Hell yeah, this is when things really get stinky. Yeah, this is fine. I don't know. What's the business?
The Mossborn Hydra is one of the upgrades I've made to this deck.
That's
I'm going to play
fine
a
upgrade.
decently good card in the form of a Circle of Dreams Druid.
Oh,
that is a good card.
Which adds a green for each creature I control. So if I could tap it right now, it would be for 3 mana. But I can't, and so I won't. And I'm just going to hold back 3 mana to represent a Beast Within, but more accurately, an activation of Ovaya Pashiri. And then I will pass my turn.
All
don't
right.
beast within my stuff.
Do what?
I said don't beast within my stuff. I like my stuff.
I told you, that's a
Draw.
bluff. What I'm actually going to do is activate Ovaya Pashiri.
I told you that's a bluff. I love it. Yeah.
I'm going to play a Roadside Reliquary Forest for a turn.
Very nice. See, there you go. All right.
See.
That tracks. I say, okay, all right. We got something going on over here. I'm with it.
All right, so we are going to do this. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Not a fan of that either. I think what I gotta
That's
do.
what she said.
Man, Russ is the only one that seems sad about what he has.
Right?
Russ is very sad about what he has. So you know what? I'm gonna pass my turn.
You're gonna wheel us?
3, 4, 5,
With all that
6.
mana up? That's
Yep.
crazy.
I'm passing.
All right. So that's me. I'm going to go ahead and untap, upkeep, and potentially draw.
Potentially?
Potentially.
Are you gonna stifle your draw?
Not this time.
I don't
Alright,
think
I'm
you
gonna
can
go ahead
stifle your
and
draw.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play a Foresta for turn.
You could play.
I'm gonna pay 3 and oh wait, that's an instant. That's kind of neat.
Yeah, you can do that at instant speed. So you know.
That's so dumb. Oh,
How dare you play at instant speed? Like
I love playing
correctly
instant
and
speed.
like correctly and stuff.
Like
Well, he's
correctly. So
Storm,
I
so
know
he's
who does that.
blue. He's on blue shit, and then you're also on blue shit because you just try.
Cannot confirm or deny the presence of blue shit. All right.
Also, I think a fractal is actually blue. You have actual blue on your table.
I do. Yeah, no, it is. I literally do have a blue permanent on my battlefield. Yes. that is accurate. Can confirm. Yep. Actual blue shit. Actual factual blue shit.
Just think of the wonderful things Tops are made of the rubber. The bottoms are made of the springs.
No, there's no Ygritte this week. No tigers.
Oh, dang it. I forgot that that's the only tiger in Magic.
Now, that Monster Hydra right now is just a 2/2, right?
Oh no, it's a 4/4.
4/4.
Oh, well, F me then. All right, cool.
Because I
Um,
ramped. Let me try a different die if that one was not clear enough.
It's all good.
Well,
I'm a
if
fan
you-
of the pippage. And oh yeah, that contrast is excellent.
Much
I
better.
appreciate that.
I was like, if you're
Yeah,
having
yeah.
problems reading it, the folks at home are too.
Well, I have problems with everything because my eyesight is terrible. But
I don't have
Uh,
respect for
biggest-
the folks at home. I only like the ones who are watching this on a bus. That's where the real love is.
I see. And I'm sure somebody out there is on a plane right now, and they're like, "Wait, does this count?" Sorry, not a bus.
If you're on a
No.
plane, I'm holding out hope for you. It's
You know
scary out
what?
here right
If-
now.
I'm
God.
talking to you
I hate all that-
specifically. There's one
real.
specific person that's watching us on a TV.
Pick
And
your
I'm talking
TV
about
on the
you.
bus.
You, and you're awesome.
We appreciate you.
We love
All
our
right.
TV heads.
Absolutely. I'm gonna play out a Herald of the Pantheons,
Mm.
which gets my storm count up to 1.
You're already tracking Storm?
Do I want to do?
Alright, baby.
I only have 2 cards in hand, so
Can't you
Ooh,
cast
and
them
it
on
make
the
you-
top of your deck though?
I can't.
Or is
No,
that somebody else? Oh, okay.
that's Eladomri. That's Russ. Yeah, the Herald of the Pantheon is a centaur shaman 2/2 for 2. Whenever I cast an enchantment spell, I gain 1 life, and enchantment spells cost 1 less to cast, which is kind of a goofy include. And the more I think about it, the less I like it. So then I'm gonna go ahead and go to combat. I'm gonna call it what it is. All right, and Eladomri's a 2/3, right?
It is a 3/3.
3/3. What the hell? All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ma-
Yep.
ma-
Yep.
ma-
Yep. Yep.
ma- gonna back 'em up.
Woke up looking for the broccoli.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna attack. I'm gonna send Sutina Russ's way, and on the attack trigger, whenever Sutina attacks, I may return a land I control to its owner's hand, and when I do, I put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. I am gonna go ahead and bounce this tapped forest, and I will put a counter on Sutina.
How big is
So
Sutina?
Sutina is a 3/3.
Mm,
I'm offering the
don't
trade.
like
Do you
that.
accept?
Don't like that. Here's what I'm going to do instead. I'm going to tap 3.
Oh no, my Beast Within. He's gonna cast my Beast Within.
I'm going to cast a Broken Wings. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying to destroy whatever Jolly has that makes me.
Come on, Crank.
Yeah, mine
Oh.
needs to go bye-byes.
Oh, my Mind Crank got bunked. Okay.
I was perfectly
Cranking the
fine
crank.
with it. I was perfectly fine with it as long as it was hitting everyone but me.
I think it only has hit Jarvis for 1 card.
And it's actually a pretty decent card too.
Oh yeah, my
So-
crank's legit.
So
Oh, no,
Oh, he
yeah.
says the Conrad player.
Yeah,
No,
I
the
will-
card
I
that the card that got milled.
I will take
Mm.
3.
Okay, sick. That was the correct choice. Okay.
Russ, you just incentivized me to attack Jolly because now I'm not going to be milling someone.
That
Hey,
is true. I'm glad that now I get to get beat up. Now that is a second spell that got cast on your turn, Ham.
Oh snap! It is. That does count. You're right. You're right. Okay. Okay. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So this is going to be dumb and a little stupid, but it's here to do what it's here to do. I'm going to discard this forest. As an alternate cost to play Snag. Prevent all combat damage that will be dealt by unblocked creatures this turn. Well, damage has already occurred, so that's irrelevant. But it's another
Yep.
spell, so my storm counts up to 3.
There you
So-
go.
I'm down to 1 card in my hand. I'm gonna pay 5. And here comes Eve, the Progenitor Ooze. And so Storm, when you cast a spell, you copy it for each spell cast before it this turn, and copies become tokens. So I got 3 oozes coming on in. So I got trip oozes,
nice.
which, you'd think I would have had these prepared. Because I knew I was going to do this. But, you think I'm like professional or something? Psh.
Fuck no.
Oh, yeah, absolutely not. That's preposterous. Don't be absurd. All right. And
That's
so I have 3 copies of it. First one comes in as just a good old-fashioned 2/2. And it ends with a 1/1 counter on for each other ooze I control, which at this moment is none. So the second one is going to come in with 1 counter on it. Then another one's going to come on in with 2. And then finally, when the card Eve, the progenitor ooze, resolves, it will have 3 counters on it. So I have a 5/5, 4/4, 3/3, 2/2.
I think
All
I
the
actually
way
need to
down.
swing at ham.
I don't know what you're talking about. Don't worry about it.
Good luck.
Oh, I don't need luck.
I'm
I have
confident
I
that
have a Mossborn Hydra.
I honestly, if Jarvis does this correctly, I'm dead 3 times over. I know what Mossborn Hydra can do, and I don't have a clean answer to it.
In my
So-
hand right now, I don't have a way to kill you with Mossborn Hydra on my turn, but I do have a way to make it quite large.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. I'm gonna pass.
Okie
respect
dokie.
Mossborn Hydra is a stupid card. It's a stupid magic card.
Stupider than
Oh.
me.
Well, I didn't say that.
So, gonna sacrifice this treasure and tap for 1 for an Innkeeper's Talent. Step 1, when it comes in at the beginning of combat on my turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to automatically pay 1 to take it to level 2 to make it that permanents I control with counters on them have ward 1. I'm then going to pay 4 right away to take it to level 3. If you would put 1 or more counters on a permanent or player, put twice that many on of each of those kinds of counters on that permanent or player instead.
Now, are you ready for a fun response to that with my 3 mana?
Yo,
I'm gonna make a token with Ovia, like I said I was going.
Oh, let's go!
yo, leave my stuff alone.
I told you I was. The bluff was a beast within. For real, it's make a toke.
I'm over here like, how do you draw an
smoker.
ooze?
But I used to always draw them as dittos.
I do like
I'm then going to go and play my Rogue's Passage as my land for turn.
That's a good one.
So I'm going to double the number of counters on Mossboard Hydra, but instead of only putting 4 to go to 8, I'm actually going to put 8 to go to 12 because of my
go.
Innkeeper's Talent.
Seems legitty.
Thank you. I hate it. All right.
I figured you'd be a fan.
Yeah, no, not. I mean, I do like Mossborn Hydra. It is a lot of fun.
I'm then going to go to combat, and I'm going to go and target it with Innkeeper's Talent to put it up to 14.
Seems a good idea, yeah.
Hey, Ham, I'm going to send a 14/14 Trampler your way.
You sure are. And I've got a, 5, 4, 3, 2. So 9, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh, I could kill it.
You don't need to kill it. I just need your board to come down to us mere mortal levels.
But
I
but
think
I
you should kill
alternately,
it.
alternately, you could kill it, and then nobody has to worry
But
about it again.
that thing's only gonna get worse.
What are you
No,
talking
listen.
about?
If you kill it, If you kill it, I'll get rid of the Innkeeper's Talent. But if you don't kill it, I'm gonna let that thing.
All right.
That's just how.
So
we play
5, 9, 12, 14. So actually, no, like if I just line up all the EVs, it just like
that. There you
they just
go.
straight trade.
Yeah, that's one way to evade the playing.
Oh, that's what you did there.
Yeah.
But do
Yeah.
you really want to? Do you really want to go and time walk yourself that way?
If it means removing a Mossborn Hydra from the battlefield, 100%.
And an
yes.
Innkeeper's Talent as well.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause
In theory, I'm curious. I
Yeah,
am willing
yeah,
to do that. I'm gonna line these up. I'm gonna line that block up. So
Okay.
Hydra did its job, and do you have any
Oh, no.
shenanigans? Okay,
Nope.
cool. So all my oozes die.
I'm good with this. Your board needed to
I'm-
go and be
Honestly,
shrunk.
I'm not super bummed about that either. I do only have 1 card in my hand, so I might not be a factor for the remainder of this game, but we'll see what happens.
I don't know. Ave got to pop up a little bit at least.
The only thing that I'm
Oh,
sad
dude,
about
honestly,
is
that was a super weak turn compared to what I designed this deck to do. So we'll see if I can put something together here. It's all
that's
good.
a
We're still getting
that's a
started.
2-mana Galta I don't get now is the only sad part about it.
Haha.
Yeah, it's good otherwise. But I cannot do anything else because
Well,
I used
eh,
all my resources.
Yeah,
Is it me
and
then?
Monster Hunter is one of those you gotta answer it, and that's the only way I had to. So, yep, here we are. All right, fair play.
Mossboard
Cast
Hydra, fair and
Care
balanced magic
Blade.
card.
It sure is. Anytime they double
Um,
stuff, it gets weird.
Second, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7.
Well, Innkeeper's Talent certainly didn't help there.
9, 10, 11.
I mean,
I
yeah.
could do that. I could do that, but I won't. I'm going to pay 5. We're going old school with it, baby, with an acidic slime. Whoop.
Ooh, classic.
Enters. I destroy target artifact, enchantment, or land. We'll just pop that in, keep the talent. Straight
Okay.
to the pits. And then yeah, what do we got? Attacking isn't fun because there's no mind crank. And I
If
mean,
only there was some way to win the game through attacking, but without the mind crank, however could we possibly do this?
this is how I actually work. But if win with no joke, then is that victory?
Then why? Yeah.
um,
Was it worth it? Yeah.
and the answer is always no.
Absolutely
you know
not. Yep.
we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're gonna cast a Hydra Broodmaster.
Mm.
It's a 7/7, and I can pay X or 2X and green to monstrosity exit, and whenever it gets monstrosity, I make XXX green Hydra creature token. And then I'm done. Go ahead, everyone else.
If you're looking for an alternative marketplace online for Magic the Gathering singles and sealed products, I have great news for you. MagicJank.com is an online marketplace for people who love all Magic the Gathering has to offer, even the jankier bits. Join the Magic Jank marketplace with your own storefront. Whether you're a small business or a hobbyist with more bulk lying around than you'd like, MagicJank.com can help your products reach new customers who love the game as much as you do. Now let's get back to the episode.
I thought you liked getting hit for 14.
I do.
You
play,
prefer getting hit for like 20, but 14 was good enough.
Play a forest for turn.
I like even increments. But that truly might just be Tism.
You're a little
1,
touched.
2,
Just a touch of it. Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Fraley!
Fraley's.
My head sucks right now.
Yeah.
All right, she comes in with 3. I'm
Mhm,
immediately going to uptick her to 2 or 5. I'm going to
Like,
uptick her
there you
2 to 5, and I'm going to make an elf druid.
Not bad, not bad.
Cool.
I am then going to pass my turn.
I
Mm.
I'm
gonna
quickly
tap.
realizing that this is a bad week because there aren't many board wipes to run in green.
I can think of
Alright.
like the 2.
Cool.
Like Eladamri's whatever thing is kind of one, and then like the Apex Altasaur, it can probably do it most of the time.
Man, I'm realizing the combo potential of the crap in my hand right now.
Uh-oh.
And this deck does not have a way to pay it off, like, at all. Has this ever happened to you? Like, man, this is such a cool idea. Anyway, I wish I had better else in this deck. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and just pass. I played my forest for turn. I'm just gonna pass that shiz.
Okay.
Jarvis, what
There
you
you
got?
Not much. Unless I top deck something. Man, what I would kill for there to be a land in my hand right now. Instead, I will play a Champion of Lambholt.
Hey,
That's a good one, though.
that's a very
Not
good one.
bad.
Yeah.
Treasure.
That's what you
Pass.
are. Untap, upkeep, drawing a card. Everybody
That
loves it
doesn't
when
matter. We're
it's drawn.
drawing a card.
Drawing a card.
Yeah.
Hey, drawing a card.
Okay. So I've got one card in hand. I could just make a metric butthole of men.
I mean, that is
Is
in
that
theory an option.
that is
Go
in
wide
theory
or go
an
home,
option.
right?
Have you had men in your butthole?
I don't want you to talk to me anymore, Jarvis.
Help! Help! I need an adult. My goodness.
there aren't any adults here.
Yeah, none. Clearly not. Oh.
I mean, this is an instant. I can do this at instant speed. I think.
Since when do we play correctly?
Yeah, I know, right?
When I don't have my mill pieces to dictate what I need to do, I have no other. So I think what we'll do. Got a 2/2 with Death Touch. I should probably leave that back as a. Yeah, I'll just pass. Go ahead, world.
Well, that's no fun.
The time has come to galvanize.
And see, I'm sad that you got rid of that Innkeeper's talent because my champion of Lambholt could have been a 3/3.
I don't want you to have a big champion of Lambholt because that card will kill me. I've died to that. When I first started playing Magic, that was like the main card that my friend had in our play group. So that was like the first Magic card I do. Is Land of Worlds or whatever that is, Champion of Lambholt. Now I don't want to do it. Not right now.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tap 1, 2,
Uh-oh.
3,
Uh-oh.
4,
Uh-oh.
5,
Uh-oh.
6,
Uh-oh.
7,
Uh-oh.
8.
Uh-oh. Ooh. Oh.
Russ,
What?
why do you have to be this way?
Oh, what is it? I'm excited.
It's a green board. Azuri's Predation. Each
There it
creature my
is.
opponents control create a 4/4 green Phyrexian beast creature token, and then each of these tokens fights a different one of these creatures.
I have a response. Yeah, so this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. So I have 13 mana. So I'm going to pay green, and then X is 6 twice. So I'm going to make 6 6/6s. And then also put 6 counters on the Hydra Brood.
Sick.
I like it.
And then, well, one thing I'm gonna do in response, I'm gonna pay 3, activate my Skyshroud Poacher.
Oh, we're going to get an elf?
We are gonna get an elf.
Oh, man.
It's not ideal given the circumstances, but you know, I'm gonna work with what I got. It is
Mini
gonna
mini
be.
The problem is
Well,
these
here-
hydras, if I don't give them the eyes, they're just going to look like tentacles.
I mean, yeah. All right. Here's what's gonna happen. It is gonna be a Wood Elves, but here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna shortcut this a little bit, because I'm also gonna cast Arachnoid Adaptation. Target creature gets +2/+2, gains reach until end of turn, and untap it, targeting my Skyshroud Poacher. Does that resolve?
I don't think any of us could.
Okay,
I wish I could respond, but I think
because that's gonna untap, and then I'm gonna pay 3 and go fetch up another one. And while I'm digging in my library, I'm gonna grab the forest for the Wood Elves,
makes
which
sense.
is just gonna be just a basic ass forest. Rather than just like shuffle, put it down, do the thing, then shuffle, then put it down, do the thing, then shuffle, put it down, do the thing. That seems silly. And the thing I'm gonna go grab is an Elvish Aberration. You guys remember this? You heard about this?
Nope.
It's
might not
really
know this
underwhelming,
one.
but it's big. It's a 4/5.
Oh, yeah, that'll live. That'll make it.
It's a 4/5 elf mutant that taps for 3 mana, or you can forest cycle it for 2. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I just want something at the end of all this. You know, that's all. So so my Skyshot Poacher is a 4/4, so it'll trade. Friggin' hooray!
My 2 will die.
Yeah, and
Wait,
then
let's go in order real quick, just so I know like how many of mine will actually die through this.
So you make 1 for each creature on the field.
Right.
So for me, you're making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 2 of them are gonna die. So you're gonna make 5 that live.
All right.
From me.
We're just gonna do that. We're gonna do 5.
Yep.
And then Jarvis, how many creatures?
2.
2.
And both of those will live. So now you should have a total of 7. And then for me, you will get 4 that live.
And then 4
because
that
one will. And then you're gonna have 8 that die.
All right.
So that would be 11.
Yeah, you should have 11 guys.
Bye.
All right. Then I'm gonna uptick Freylease by 2.
Make
Taking
yourself
her-
an elf.
Taking him to 7, make myself an elf.
I will represent this slightly.
I feel like I am going to lose this game now.
Yep, I'm 100% out of it. I think Russ got it. Yep. We'll see
I
what
don't know-
Jolly's got.
I don't know if
that
Russ
was a
has it,
blowout.
but
He's definitely favored right now. We'll see how it goes.
yeah,
Yeah.
I will say that what I have in my hand is not what I need to go and get back in this.
What I have in my hand are my palms.
Hopes and dreams.
Hopes and dreams, the potential for a better tomorrow. That's what I'm holding right now.
All right.
Holding onto the dreams
For
for the future.
Move to combat. The only thing I can attack with... Oh, I can actually attack. Jarvis, I'm going to hit you with the Eldamari for 3.
Okay.
Yep.
Hit his ass.
So edamame is a 3/3. Yep. Alright.
Yeah. It's salty and sweet. Edamame, you know.
Hell yeah.
You're the only Ed I'm on.
I'll ed all over your mouth. Wait, what? All right. Anyway.
Whoa!
What? Help.
Hey, you.
She let you.
And then I pass my turn.
I'm gonna untap a whole mess of lands, and I got a triple dork chilling here. Gonna draw that card. Dude, speaking of triple dorks, dog, I love triple dorks. Landor Tribe,
Whoa!
the 3/3 triple dork.
Hey, hey, hey.
Whoop, whoop. And I'll pass it.
Triple dork.
Untap. Draw. You know what? Let's fucking go for this.
Ooh,
Wait,
let's.
Sacrifice
hold on,
that for a
yes,
treasure.
let's.
Oh,
I don't know what
okay.
this is, but I like it. Let's see it.
8 mana.
Is it another one?
Galta Stampede Tyrant.
Oh, let's
No,
go.
let's go.
I want to put a Cultivator Colossus and a Vorincle's Voice of Hunger
Oh
into
my
play
God.
alongside that.
Dog,
There you
Uh,
go.
So
Oh, wait.
when
Voice of Hunger? That's the one, isn't it?
yeah, that's the one
That's
that I get double
the-
mana and you draw,
Yeah.
and your stuff stays tapped.
Sick.
It's
Okay.
the
Legit
reason
card
why
for Jerry.
it's the reason why this is a tier 3 deck, because it's a game changer.
That is.
I mean, it is a game changer. It is going to make me swing everything that I have at you, and then probably Russ will also swing everything he has.
Oh, don't do that.
Yeah, we're going to do it without tapping any of our mana, and we're just going to kill you.
Now, when this creature enters, I
See, I got
for
6 mana on
Cultivator
creatures. I'm
Colossus,
fine. You guys.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm not.
when this creature enters, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. If you do, draw a card and repeat this process. Hey, guess what?
Mhm.
I can't do that because I don't have any lands in my hand.
Oh, gross.
Ooh.
That's a shame.
But that gave me a 7/7
Yeah, it's not bad.
to go along with my 12/12 and my 7/6.
There you go.
Yeah,
Hey,
that is just fine.
Joey, we can make an agreement. I don't
No.
need my voice. I don't need my Voice of Hunger to stay alive. I could trade it
No.
with one of your guys.
Well, I will give you plenty of options to trade. I am going to.
Well, the reason why I'm
draw-
saying that is if you swing everything at me, I will go and block all of them, so you lose 3 of your things. If you just swing
Okay.
one at me, I will
Okay.
I will just kill one.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. I was trying to be helpful so you didn't have to worry about the voice of hunger.
I'm not worried about it.
I was
I'm
gonna
doing
just,
this because I'm not worried. I don't think you'll I'm not.
I was making it so you got to keep your guys.
Oh, I'm okay without my guys. I'll be okay without my guys, I think.
I will block 3 of your tokens.
Okay, so you're not gonna block the 1313?
Well, no.
Okay.
Well, actually, the 1313. How many tokens do you have again?
I have 6.
6?
I have 6 6s and a 1313.
29. I'm not 31. Okay, never mind. I have to block. The 1313 doesn't have trample, right?
Nope.
Okay, I'll block the 1313 with the Vorinclex and then 2 of your tokens.
Hell yeah. Okay. So then you take 6, 12, 18, 24.
Yeah, I'll go down to 12.
Ooh,
See, there you go. Easy trade.
I
I can get
was-
rid of the Vorinclex on my own.
Except you're leaving yourself wide open to Russ.
It's okay. I've died in worse ways. I will pay.
I was doing it just to put all my creatures on the battlefield.
And I'm proud of you for that. You did what you thought you had to do, and I did what I thought I had to do. We
Fair.
are playing the game.
I didn't do what I thought I had to do. I did the only thing I had.
I mean, that is also true for me. I didn't have many cards to cast. I just didn't want them to not untap whenever I might have drawn something.
That's why I wanted you to swing at Russ to go get rid of the 4/4s.
No, Russ knows that we're in cahoots. Me and Russ, we're a team.
I don't know why he would be in cahoots with the only other person with a sizable board state.
Well, if he wants to kill me, that's his prerogative. I pass the turn.
Him and I aren't-
talking all this stuff about me.
Him and I aren't doing much.
not really.
I'm gonna untap. Upkeeping, drawn.
I have one piece of tech in here that I'm hoping I could draw into to show off, because otherwise I will 100% talk about it when we're done. That's reminding me why I put Herald of the Pantheon in this thing.
Oh, really? I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm looking at the list and it's like, oh yeah, that's the thing. Okay, that makes sense.
This is enchantment/artifact removal, so yeah, it's not doing anything.
Yeah, it's a little weak in this, in this
Yeah.
particular thing right now. Everybody's
All right,
talking.
So why am I being stupid? I'm gonna pay 1 green, tap the Mosswort Bridge to play the card that's under the Mosswort Bridge.
Uh-huh.
Eldrazi Monument.
All right.
Creatures
Where's
I
the
control
fog?
get +1/+1, have flying, and indestructible.
Wait, do you have your artifact removal, Jarvis?
I cannot cast my artifact removal.
Oh,
I'm
man.
pretty sure unless someone has a fog, that's
4, 5.
game.
I got plenty of fogs in the deck.
I mean, I played a fog earlier just to get my storm count up. You know, that seems awkward.
Oh, jeez. Oh, nerds.
Jolly, I told you.
You
We could have been a team.
were the chosen one.
I gotta do this math. Shit.
I should have kept Vorinclex in my hand because I didn't have to put it into play. And then I could have cast my artifact removal.
We've all learned a valuable lesson today.
Yeah, that you should have swung at Russ.
I think only about 3/4 of us agree with that. Right? But there's one person who's pretty stoked about my decision, I think.
Honestly, given how many beasts are over there, I'm surprised you didn't leave anything back to block. Or, well, I'm assuming there was a reason for that. Well,
I
yeah.
was surprised as well, considering that I was like, I'll go and trade the Vorinclex so you don't have to worry and you can cast your spells. And then he will use 3 mana anyway, so it didn't even matter.
Play a Fierce Empath for turn. Play a Fierce Empath. It's a 1/1.
You get to go get a 6-drop.
What's a Crater Hoof? I don't understand. I do love the Fierce Empath. That card was actually in the very first deck I ever played. And, yeah. That and Croson Drover. But I was, of course, going to fetch up Titanic Bulvox, which was a little different than whatever you're going to go grab.
I hope he grabs
Or-
Titanic Bullbox.
That'd be so.
I hope he
Dog,
gets
if
it.
you
You just
if
said,
you-
shut
you-
the fuck up, Ham.
my head would explode immediately. Like, yeah.
Titanic, what?
If you were actually running Titanic Bullbox, it's a 7/4 trampler for 7, I think, but it has morph. So you can pay more for it. It's so silly.
Now, see, we're
Yeah.
talking all this mad garbage, but there's about to be a planned glacial worm just cast from the stack, from the library right now. Here
Well-
it comes.
Russ doesn't have that much mana available right now,
Oh my goodness.
but he does have 55 power just in beasts.
Seems D's.
Seems pretty good. That kills me and you. Yes. right.
So revealing my creature card, mana value 6 or greater, I'm revealing a Crater Hoof Behemoth.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I don't think you need it, but okay.
I'm going to pay 1 green
For Crater.
to tap Elderami and 2 Elf
Oh.
Druids to play Crater Hoof without paying its mana cost.
Oh, is that what that does?
It's a Modern Horizons card. It has 10 million lines of text on it. Whatever.
Oh,
It does
Lord.
everything. It does the dishes too.
Yeah, I revealed a card from your hand. Reveal a creature card from this way. Put it in the battlefield. So Crater Hoof Behemoth enters the battlefield. Creatures I control gain trample and +X till end of turn, where X is the number of creatures I control, which is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I think
I genuinely don't know why I expected anything else to be the end of Mono Green Day. And-
Anybody got a fog before I do this?
No.
You gotta
Yeah,
declare your
before
attackers,
you
dog.
swing.
All right.
You got to declare your attackers, man.
All right, so I am going to everything's flying, indestructible, and +1, +1, plus 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Yeah.
Also, fun fact: my entire deck is worth less than that card.
So I'm going to send a 16, 17, 22 Crater Hoof.
Well, the hoof has haste. I thought
Hoof
it just
has
gave
haste.
It does.
Oh, hoof
It
has
does,
haste?
sure does.
Okay. That's dumb.
It also does the dishes. Yeah. Anyway.
I don't play hoof
yeah.
because it bores me.
Yeah.
Shut up.
There's
What
nothing wrong with it, but like I'm kind of in
11,
the same boat where it's just kind of like
16,
it
17,
feels like
yeah.
a joke that I've heard before. You know, it's kind of
Yeah,
the
I know.
interrupting cow joke of cards. Like
Well,
it's just
And that's the thing,
it's
though, is
fine,
that,
but,
like,
like-
if you lose to Crater Hoof like 4 or 5 more times after this, like the 6th time is actually going to be hilarious.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
I
That's
haven't
how
reached the
it's
point. I haven't
We
reached
just
that
got to get back
saturation
to that
point.
point.
Yeah. I just need to
11.
watch. You just holding the hoof, going
16.
a little bit longer, and then we'll get there. Yep. Yeah.
All right, so 17 hoof in the air.
Right, yeah.
You used to just swing one at me, and then you split the rest
Yeah,
between
just
everyone
any
else.
one thing at Jarvis.
Oh yeah, one at Jarvis and then 50-50 otherwise, and you got
One
it.
at,
Yeah.
one at Jarvis, and I'll split 50-50 the rest of the way.
All right.
No.
I got big old jazz hands. I got nothing.
Yeah, I died. I will say this though, is that if Russ had only blocked because I did the math, he would have only needed my guys if I swung have just won, doing that exact thing that he just did. So now
So-
I do not feel bad for my attack at all.
So
Because it
if I-
didn't matter.
If I didn't put that Vorinclex out, I did have a Force of Vigor that I
Oh,
could
that's
have,
a good one.
but I put that Vorinclex out.
So yeah, mono green Thassa's Oracle takes it down. GG's, Russ. Yeah.
Hey,
All right.
I also
hold
had
on,
an
man.
obscuring haze in turn or in hand.
The Azuri's Predation is really what did it. So
Yeah.
yeah, this deck I'm definitely trying to use like these kind of combat tricks like Sun and Spitterettes and freaking Boon of Boseiju and all this crap to untap like a Marwyn or a Viridian Joiner is the idea. And one card, the tech that I mentioned in here, Molting Skin. This card is it's from Saviors of Kamigawa, which was historically a crappy set. It's an enchantment for 2 and a green where you can return it to its owner's hand, regenerate target creature. And so reducing its cost allows me to like I play it, bounce it back, regenerate a creature, play it again, bounce it back, play it again. It's like it's a ton of Storm if I have a crap ton of mana, which this deck is optimized to do. So anyway, I thought that was cute.
That is
Clearly
cute.
not good enough, but cute. Anyway,
Yeah,
This is
that was
only
like what,
a,
turn 6?
Something like
yeah,
that.
7 or 8. This is
Well, no,
considered a level,
I'm
or
at-
what is it? Tier 3.
sure.
Just
2 and
because
3
it
are
only,
both.
only
Yeah,
because of the
2 and 3 are both
Vortex.
pretty vague. That tracks. Yeah, this is a level 2, but I'm not gonna lie, it almost like I don't have anywhere near enough card draw. Like this, I don't know. This could be the best deck at a tier 1 table, and I don't, or a bracket 1 table, and I don't think people would be mad at it. Yeah,
I would be mad at
yeah. Right?
Well, because it's green.
My
know.
main philosophy is it puts the lotion in the bracket. It does whatever it's told, and then
Yeah.
from there, that's my deck building process.
Fair enough. Well, this was a fairly quick one. We're talking about the brackets. Did we want to? I don't know, chat about those for a sec. Do you guys?
Yeah,
have any
let's.
thoughts and feelings?
I actually do have some thoughts and feelings about the brackets.
Um,
Well, you know,
specifically for
you
this
did win,
reason.
so the mic is yours, good sir. Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, that's true.
I was gonna
um,
also say you were like, that's a relatively quick one. It took us like
Oh,
an
I
hour.
need sleep. I'm not going to propose game
I was
two.
like,
no,
it's a second game would probably take quicker than us talking about brackets.
no. So my thoughts on the brackets are they're wildly inconsistent.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I just brought the monogreen Thassa's Oracle, and
Mhm.
that should be probably just that combo should be a tier, bracket 2, bracket 1 combo. Like it should
You mean 3 or 4?
3 or 4. Well, it should
Crater
be
Hoof is
higher.
at 5. No, Crater Hoof wouldn't be 5 because the only decks for CDH that play Crater Hoof are like big mana like Kinnan decks. It's not really a CDH card.
But
Yeah,
the point
3 and
is,
4
like,
are like the sweet spot for a Crater Hoof, I feel.
yeah, but I feel like it's still like tracking a little bit higher than just because it has a Void Collects in it. It's like because
Well-
I've got several tutors. I could pull it up. All I needed was a couple more couple more creatures. I got lucky with the Azori's Predation.
Well, and that's
Mhm.
where, like, when you're talking about the brackets, the best way to think about it, bracket 1 is like your goof decks, your meme decks, or is
I
like
think
super low power that they're lower powered than a precon is.
Yeah.
2 is precon power level, which I don't even really like precon power level because that power level varies so widely. Come on, look
It does.
at the quick
Precons
draw.
aren't a consistent metric.
I was like, look at the quick
Yeah.
draw precon from
Yep.
Outlaws of Thunder Junction and how powerful that one was
Well,
compared to
even the energy one,
Faceless Menace in 2019.
just like the energy one with the Aether Drift.
Yeah.
And then 3 is where you get 3 is pretty much the new 7.
100%.
People are gonna be playing game changer cards in those decks just because they're natural. People, you're allowed to have tutors, and the games are gonna probably finish between turn 8 and turn 10. 4 is where like it's high powered magic, but it's not
Mhm.
CDH. And where you really draw the line is the meta and game style between the two.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I wonder what the value is in having a bracket 1 as it's currently defined.
I don't think there
every
is
other
one.
bracket, I'm with you there. Every other bracket I feel is different enough. Like the difference between 3 and 4 to me, I can easily conceptualize that, and from 2 to 3 I can do that as well. But
Mhm.
like,
Well, why not just
I
start
guess it
one
really
with
is
the
just
precon?
like I think 1 is just a way to say if you built this shitty deck on purpose. Like I don't think
Yeah.
anybody
And I
builds a
love
1 on accident.
and I
Exactly.
love purposely shitty decks. I'm a huge fan of that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, nobody is like, I need help getting my deck out
Look,
of
our
tier
play
1. Like,
group
that's
has
not a
played
thing.
so many Kamigawa cards. There's no way that we don't like just exist in like a 1.5 like mentally, right?
100%.
So
Yeah, I just told you that my key combo piece is molting skin. Yeah, like 100%.
Mm.
But at the same time, like I feel very confident that this is a 2. Like this deck is a 2. It is trying to do something specific, and if I get a couple of the right cards, it can be pretty strong. You
Well,
know,
one
it can put up
be
a fight.
specific
So-
without being like good.
My
What I'm-
problem.
No, true.
My problem with the brackets is I don't find them to be new player friendly, and new
Yeah.
players are the ones that need the most help when it comes to properly finding a power level for a pod.
Mhm.
For experienced players, what this is going to happen is, okay, this will open the conversation to a pregame conversation. They're going to have the same pregame conversation that you always had. So that's my main problem with the bracket. My secondary problem with how they define the brackets is I still am of the opinion that 1 or 2 cards does not change the power level of a deck. And that a deck with 5 tutors but only 3 game changers is using the terms that they put in. Sure, they did say use intent with the deck, but 5 tutors and 3 game changers is ranked as a power level 3 deck, but having 4 game changers and 0 tutors is a power level 4 deck. It
Yeah.
does. I'm like, that is my secondary problem with the brackets. And
That's fair.
I'm still gonna be that guy where I still don't think Bulls of Citadel should be a game changer.
No, I don't think it should be
I
because you
I
can kill
understand
yourself just as easily as win the game.
I understand the power level of that card and I understand what it can do. However, without having an enabler alongside it, it's not going to do that. It just so happens the enablers that go alongside it are more powerful than Bulls of Citadel is.
Mhm.
I guess here's my question, and be honest. Like, do you run Bolus of Citadel in a deck where it isn't good?
Well,
Yes.
it's not
Because
that
most people are gonna put it in a deck where it's gonna be good.
well, that's Bulls
Like
of
they're
Citadel.
not gonna be like, I'm just gonna try to cast bad stuff
Well,
on
that's what
purpose
I
with no
said.
way to gain the life back or anything.
Well,
Like,
that's why I said it's not that it's not a good card. Like I think it's a very good card. I put it in almost any deck that is black and no more than 2 color. I don't typically put anything higher than 2 color because that's getting a little rough. And I actually don't play it. I don't really play it in decks where I'm getting life a lot of the time. Uh, I do play it where I could abuse it by running it against with cheap spells or divining top, but it's very easy to kill yourself with it. It's very easy without something like scroll rack or divining top or something else that manipulates the top of your deck for you to go and just brick by hitting multiple lands in a row. So
Hmm.
that's why I'm like, without having the enabler alongside it, I don't think Bulls of Citadel should be a game changer. Craterhoof isn't a game changer, and Craterhoof is a much more powerful card than Bulls of Citadel is when it
Yeah.
comes
Agreed.
to ending a game. I
I
think
personally don't. Yeah, I don't have a problem with Bulls of Citadel being on the list, but if it is, we have to open up the conversation for a lot of other cards that aren't currently on the list.
I want
If
divining
that's their
top to be on the
standard.
list.
Top, that's fair.
Yeah,
Top is one. But that's the thing. Yeah, you end up getting into a question of how long does that list need to be, and how interactive do those cards have to be in order, like, what cards take over a game when they show up? Like when I
Well,
see Rhystic, Smothering Tithe, even Trouble in Pairs, like isn't quite as bad as the other two, but then yeah, and they have this call out about tutors, but then a bunch of the game changers are like the best tutors.
but then they don't consider Worldly Tutor a best tutor, even though Worldly Tutor can go and get something like a Crater
Yeah.
Hoof.
So now we're nitpicking and in the weeds, and one thing that I want to call out about that is this system is detailed enough that there are weeds for us to get lost in. That's really valuable. And one thing, so I'm an English major. I have a bachelor's degree of science in English language. I have my BS and BS. And one of the things I learned really early on is when I'm asking for feedback on a piece of writing, if somebody says I thought it was good,
thought it was well.
that tells me that it's shitty because it didn't give them anything to think about and anything to work off of. Notice how nobody is looking at these brackets. I mean, some people on the internet are looking at them like they're terrible, meh. But that's just those people are going to say that anyway. But at the end of the day, people who are approaching this in good faith are coming up with legitimate criticisms and thoughts and feedback that are specific. That tells me that the core of it is something worthwhile. And at the end of the day, the attempt to create a common language that we can all use to match these games, they're onto something. It has plenty of opportunities to be improved upon. It's definitely not perfect, but it sounds like it's not a bad place to start. As far as a beta goes, we've got stuff to work with here, and I
Right.
think that's pretty rad. Yeah.
It's also, to me, well, it's really good to bring people into the game because it gives you that
I think
basis.
it's, no, I don't think it's good to bring people in the game at all. I think this is awful for new players.
Well, I want to hear why
Really?
Russ thinks it's good.
Yeah.
I want to hear why Russ thinks it's good, though.
Well, it's quantifiable. Like, you can sit there and enter in the game. Most people, new players, enter the game nowadays with the pre-con.
Mm-hmm.
Fair?
I think
like-
I agree with that. I know many people who got in with just precons. The Doctor Who one brought more people into Magic that I personally know than like any other set.
In my experience, I have not had that experience simply because most people that I've been in real life brought into the game were brought in with friends that they just were brought in with their friends deck.
Mm-hmm. That's something that I've seen too, but I'm also the guy with a lot of decks, so
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I'm the
Yeah.
guy with like
but
27
yeah,
decks.
that is common as well. Yep.
But like it gives the newer people something to talk about because the level, oh well, I'm level 7. Well, that's subjective. And except at least you have these lists of cards that can sit there and go, yeah, I've got some bombs. Here are my bombs. It should match up with you at this level. Now, right now, it's not perfect, but like they're trying to get it to a point where, you can sit there.
That's where my problem is that it's an entry level to a pregame discussion, but it doesn't give them the point to go from past that pregame discussion. Because when it comes to games and the kind of games you're sitting down to, whether or not you have game changers or tutors or combos in the deck, that's not typically the thing that is going to most affect your enjoyment in the game. I like to say, like, when I looked at it, my first thought was I had a sub $100 budget Lavinia Azorius Renegade deck that was board wipes and counter spells. That by everything that this thing said, it would actually be a level 1 because it was kind of a meme because it didn't actually have a win con except for Knowledge Pool. With no way to actually go and find Knowledge Pool because it was board wipes and counter spells.
Well, none of these numbers in the brackets say anything about WinCon. That's not a thing in any bracket. Just for whatever you're saying.
But no,
right? You can have like a full
way to
WinCons. Like, that's not.
But like, you don't have a like it doesn't actually go and advance the game in any way. Or at the most it'd be a power 2 deck. But if I go and sit down at a table with people like, yeah, we're all going to bring in our bracket level 2 decks, and I sit down with that deck, the enjoyment that everyone's going to experience, except for me, is going to be quite low.
Well, that's just because you're evil.
And for new players, they don't know what conversations to have to go and have a game that they'll enjoy past the bracket. And that's why I don't think the bracket gives the right questions for players to ask.
Here's the thing that I think would actually happen there, Jarvis, is that if you sat down with that deck and you said, this is a bracket 1, and you played it, they said, oh, okay, so brackets don't necessarily indicate the amount of fun that a deck is to play against. That sucked what you did, Jarvis. We don't want to play with you. And then there you go. Right? Like, yeah, you're adding all these extra things of like, you made them have a bad time on purpose to prove a point, but it is a bracket 1.
It's not even proving a point. But it's not even me sitting down to prove a point. It's me. Like,
so you would legitimately just sit down in a play group and not say this is a counter heavy deck.
I'm not saying no. I'm not saying
because that was your example.
I'm not saying it's something I would do. I'm saying it's something that new players would do because they don't understand those conversations to have. They don't understand that, they go and build, because, come on, when I got back into Magic, I was a control player. That's a deck I wanted to build when I got back into Magic. Come on, all my favorite decks to play in Standard are control decks or combo decks.
I'm just saying, I don't think that, and it's difficult to take yourself out of your own experiences, right? Because there are things that I make as a deck builder, like decisions all the time, but you are not the norm because also your start in Commander was having played Magic for many, many years prior.
Like 20 years prior, I'd been.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so from the perspective.
I was
the perspective
essentially a
of
new player.
brand new is still different than what your thing is as guy who played Control and 1v1s for 20 years.
Well, no. Oh, no. I didn't play 1v1 for 20 years. I had a 20-year break. So I was essentially a brand new player. I played when I was in elementary school, and then I didn't start playing again until 2019.
Gotcha.
It's just, and people are going to be like, oh, I like playing this style of card game. I like playing these style of cards. They're not going to think to be like, hey, this is what my deck does. They're going to be like, hey, this is this is what bracket I'm in. And that's why I don't like it, because
I'm feeling the need to calm things down. I'm going to light some incense here.
It doesn't open up the conversation to what decks do.
I will say that it doesn't open up a pregame conversation, but I think it opens very simple and probably very efficient post-game conversation. But don't do that. That sucked.
And I think the bracket, should be a pregame conversation piece.
Well, and to be fair,
they're a start.
is.
They're not meant to be comprehensive.
And that's why I said it's good for experienced players. I don't think it's good for new players.
I don't agree,
what
but
would
I
you
think
change?
that all of your examples are absurd and aren't realistic.
I
At the end of the day,
reality and substitute my own.
Policing people's behavior was never the intention, and there's no way that they can possibly do that. And
this is
if bad faith, and they've said every single time this comes up, every single time I've seen anything from an official source, they make the comment, bad faith actors are nothing we can control with this, and this will not address that. And this idea of like, dicks are going to be dicks.
Well, that's what I also said with this bracket. I know there's going to be someone at my LGS, because he is a dick that's going to do it, would go and be like, this is a bracket level 1 deck. Because he's also the guy.
This isn't a system meant to be gamed. This is meant to be some guideposts. And as a newer player, this idea that, okay, tutors are called out as being something that changes the power level of my deck. Okay, as I'm building decks, maybe that's something I should think about. And I think a lot of veteran players, when this rolled out, the amount of backlash, people going, what do you mean this deck's only a 2? It was so much better. Or, man, what do you mean this deck is a 4? F off. It was fine. This was a 7. And then you look at it and it's like, well, you have, 7 of the 40 game changers are in this thing, and you've got 7 or 8 like pieces of fast mana. Yeah, it's a freaking 4, dog. Like, and there's nothing wrong with that, but that is what it is. And as somebody who sat across the table from those unapologetic fuck off 4s, and I've brought like relatively low casual decks, and they're like, yeah, that sounds about right. Like, I've gone up against those decks so many times, and it feels fucking awful to be so disproportionately matched. And like today, my deck was a low power deck, and I knew that going in, and that was okay. I don't feel like anything bad happened. We were all on the same page. We were doing monogreen bullshit. Russ brought some really good cards, and none of them were like overly offensive or anything.
I blame
Jolly ramped us all.
That's why I blame Jolly, because he ramped us all.
Yeah, he ramped us, and so that's what. And I'm cool with it, by the way. I love that crap. Keep it going.
Yeah, I'm also cool with it being my fault. I have no issues with it being my.
And like, so here's a situation where like I don't feel like my deck and Russ's deck were like power level on par, but we still had a fun experience. I don't feel slighted. I don't feel offended. We had a good time.
You also
the power level doesn't dictate how much fun you have at the table. It just doesn't.
That's kind of like, because the brackets are all about power level. It's not about gameplay experience.
Is it about power level?
It pretty much is. When you're going and calling, if you have this many game changers in it, it puts it up a power level. Or if you're running, lots of tutors,
bracket. I'm saying power level.
Well, and the brackets are, when you're saying high power.
Increasing the number of tutors increases consistency, not power.
When you're calling it upgraded and then optimized and then CDH.
The implication is definitely that. I think the graphic, the infographic that they presented, that was actually something I chatted a lot with Brouhaha yesterday about that, and that was something they mentioned, was like the graphic really needs to be a little more pointed, a little more specific, and match the actual like long form write up that they did, because there are some inconsistencies there. That's an issue.
And Magic players can't read their cards. They're not going to read an article.
They're not going to read an article. Absolutely not. Yeah, 100% no.
I think that
90% of them didn't even get to the end of Questing Beast. Yeah, there's no way they're gonna. Yeah.
It does what to your Planeswalker?
It's got reach.
Out
Don't worry
of
about
all
it.
of the things that I think are best for that opening conversation, I do like the game changer. Like I
Yeah, I
know
think
that like it's game
having a
changer
game
list.
changer
But
list
that's
is
the kind of
excellent.
thing where like if you're sitting
Mhm.
down, people can be like, I wonder why these cards are here. And they
And-
can look
yeah.
and be like, And if they're sitting down with somebody who isn't, because it's not usually for brand new, there's like one
And-
person who knows something.
Yeah.
And then they can kind of be like, this is why this is why this would lead to these kind of situations. Like
I think they did really good with the game changers, except for
I
the
like
one.
the list. There's
The-
a few things that I do think are weird, like tutors and then specific tutors, but
But
that's
the things
nepotism, I
I
think.
like the things with the game changers, the like Citadel, of course, I call it out. They
Yeah.
don't have red or green represented enough. But
Well,
what
that's
I
because
really
red
like,
and green don't have good cards.
come on, Wheel of Fortune isn't on there, and people would consider that a game changer in a lot of decks. They don't have on Food Chain. They don't have Crater Hoof on there.
Oh, Food
So-
Chain absolutely. I actually, you know what? I
Yeah.
thought Food Chain was on here.
No,
But
so
you're right.
This is why I don't put Crater Hoof on a game changer. And that is because I've only seen in a game. Like, it doesn't change how anyone plays the game. It's just over now. And you could argue, hey, yeah, that's a big change, but at the same time, it doesn't matter.
but some of
Right?
the
Like a
cards-
Vorinclex, we still have to play through a Vorinclex. We don't have to play through a Crater Hoof. It just did exactly what it does. Right? There was no new decision paths. Like, did it feel great? No. But did it feel bad for long enough for it to matter? No. Just done an
and
additional game.
We've all had those games that were 2 hours long, and somebody was like, "Crater hoofed." They don't have and you even have some people who are like, maybe they had the counter, but they're like, whatever, it resolves. Like,
I would
You
counter every time. And like I said, the only time that I've seen Crater Hoof not win was when I built a deck that was specifically about getting Crater Hoof out early and as possible. Because the card is worse when you get it out with no other creatures and continue to just clone
I've
itself.
seen it win when I've had
That's
my
called
hand.
a bracket 1 Crater Hoof, baby.
There it
That's
is,
my
yeah.
fucking lane. That's
The
how
other-
you
let's
do it.
go.
But the thing that I like the most that they're doing with this game changer list is the fact that they're using it both as a place, as a warning that anytime any of these 40 cards can be banned,
I do like that.
Mhm.
and
Yeah, like heads up.
Hey.
Yeah.
those cards that are on the ban list, they could be coming off the ban list in the future, and if they do, they'll end up on the game changer list.
Mm-hmm.
So they are saying that Gavin said, come April, we could have cards unbanned.
I can see that.
I do like the idea of here's like a pocket of cards that like these are on a list for a reason, and like they can go, they can come back, whatever, but these are the ones. Be mindful of these if you purchase them, because if you're real big on the investment side, like these are the game changers list is also a watch list, right?
Yes.
So
Yep.
just be aware of that. And I like that a lot more than just the outright blind bans.
Well, and
That
so
they
many
did.
folks who like to play with lower power cards can easily just say, like, just have a rule with their play group, like, just
Don't
the
play
game
them.
changer list is an extended ban list. Let's just not play those.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
now see, that's
if
cute.
you want to do that, you are welcome to do that.
I still find
And-
it funny that they put Jessica's
yeah.
Will on the list, and it's been in 2 precons.
I'm glad they did, though, because that card takes over games real hard. It's
it does.
you get
It
the
ju-
amount
it
of
just
value
makes
you
me
get for
laugh.
3 mana is insane.
It's
with
just
that
a
card.
seething song.
No, it just makes me laugh.
Don't
because
worry
it's
too
been-
much.
It's
It's
been in
just a
2
seething song.
precons.
Y'all back off. Quit talking about my baby. Leave it alone. Don't talk about it out loud. Jessica's will. A-okay. Fine in my book.
All right.
But
Wizards, if you
it's precon
ever
power level.
if you're ever putting out a set and you need somebody to re-announce Jessica's will is in the set, let it be me. I
but
will
it-
sing its praises because it's a seething song.
The number,
And
the
nothing
number
else.
of cards on the number of cards on the game changer list, though, on like per color, does kind of reflect what people say about the power level of cards in Magic. That, well, especially now that Dockside's been banned, that green is great in casual Magic, but awful in CDH.
Mhm.
And then like blue and black are the 2 most powerful colors for CDH. And
Yeah.
with Dockside being banned, white became the 3rd most powerful, because not having Dockside really hampers red quite a bit.
Oh, sure. Yeah, well, I mean,
So-
there's only one color in the Power 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's been consistent. Like blue being the best
Oh
has
right,
been a
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
you know, Time Twister is allowed to be played in Commander. So
Yeah, that's
As
fine.
we all well know.
wait a minute, why isn't Time Twister on the Game Changers list?
Yeah, that should
'Cause
be
it's
on
not-
there, definitely.
It's
Nah.
All right.
Nah. Wheels.
Anyway,
Wheels are good. Ignore wheels. Wheel of Fortune's fine. Just the wheel's
Magus
fine.
of the wheel, totally fine. No big deal.
Magus of the wheel, it's all
Well,
good.
Magus of the
Windfall.
Wheel, yes, because you have I think Wheel of
Magus of
Fortune
the
is more.
Doomblade. It's all good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want to
But yeah,
thank
so-
everybody for coming to hang out with us. And don't forget, did we misplay? Did I maybe bring the sauce a little too late? I don't know. Please let us know in the comments.
Too late.
In the meantime, thanks for coming. And the scene.
I gotta rebuild my Crater
Hell
Hoof
yeah.
reanimator deck.
That's
I gotta bring that back
I
on
love it.
Revenge Week.
I'm here for it.